But I guess now we should move on to Amazon Prime, one of the newer streaming services, and it's got everything for like what somebody needs. Like you can get next day delivery, you can buy fruit, you can pay for a man to go into space. What are your favorite things about Amazon Prime?
Mate, I think you've said it all in one. That free. Honestly, so basically, I cancelled my Netflix Prime because I bought the year and it came to an
Mm.
end, and I was like, oh, no, I don't really use this because I think with the new job I started watching things less. And then I was about to buy something, and I was like, oh, I was on Prime. What is this? Bought a year of Amazon Prime just to get next day delivery, just for that one
That is
reason.
shocking.
To be fair though, it's a year, and like the cost is now gone. I don't have to think about it, and that's what I did last time. And like I'm probably gonna order things over the year, so it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. And they have a great selection of shows. I don't know if it's because I'm usually like Netflix first, and then Amazon Prime is my secondary, but I usually find that quality wise, I think I enjoy what's on Prime a lot more. So like they have this cartoon called World War Hulk, and I think that was on Prime first. I think it's now on Netflix, but I think it started off on Prime. They've got The Boys, they've got Invincible. Literally, when I saw that for Invincible, I was like, yes, straight away, saw it, yes. Now I've got the thank you very much. Now I've got the graphic novel. And I think is it no, they don't have Sharp. I think that's Netflix, but they've got what they do in the shadows. Absolutely loved it. They've got a show called Forget About It. Absolutely
Oh, that's
loved
so
it.
good. That's
So good. It's amazing.
hey, Cheech, yeah.
Uh, he's the best character in the show. The man is oblivious.
he oh my god. Yeah. Thick as a brick. He is
hmm
dumb.
hmm Do you know what's mad? Have you finished it, by the way?
I think so.
The
I think we're on season 3 now.
Okay, but have you seen them go to South America?
Damn, I don't think so.
Have you seen them go to Cuba?
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. Then I won't spoil anything. I won't spoil anything.
Oh no.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. It's just
Oh,
something that Cheech did. I'll leave it. But yeah, like I feel like because like it's my secondary, I'm always happy with what they've got there. Like I watch Vikings there as well. Um,
I've heard very
so
good things about Vikings.
it's good. It is really
Okay.
good. But I think at a certain point you can just stop and leave it forever because it's one of those shows where like after a while they're kind of beating on about the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that you can stop.
Mm.
It's one of those things where like you continue watching because like you're already invested. But
Mm.
honestly, like I say midway, maybe season 4, you can stop. And that's also the advice for anyone who hasn't seen God of War. When you get to like season 4, season 5, just stop. Just you don't need the rest. Just no. Um, but yeah, like I think in terms of
Wait, you said God of War. Do you mean Game of Thrones?
no, Game of Thrones, not God of War. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. God of War is top notch, apart from Ascension. But God of War is top notch. And I guess Ascension by itself isn't a bad game. It's just it falls flat compared to the other God of War
Yeah.
games. But yeah, like Amazon Prime, the free next day delivery is absolutely amazing, and it really makes or breaks your purchases because if I see something and it says next day, I'm more likely to buy it. If it says in a month, I'm like, oh, I don't want
Yeah.
this. Oh, end of the week, oh, I don't want this. I would like it now, please. Um, but yeah, I quite like it. What about yourself?
So I've got some things written down here. Bob's
Mhm.
Burgers. I really
Yes,
enjoy Bob's Burgers.
so good.
Yeah. So I find that again, Amazon Prime is really good to watch content that I used to enjoy growing up on Sky TV. Bob's
Mm,
Burgers is one of those examples. I think it just gets the balance right. Like adult humor, but then like still family oriented content. So you
yeah.
can watch it with the family. It is one of the funniest shows out there. And when I hear Archer, I hear Bob.
I'm the other way around.
I think it depends what you watch first, but yeah, like there is no difference in that man's voice acting.
Not at all. Also, I think he's in Futurama as well. I think he plays a character in Futurama
Maybe.
slash Family Guy, maybe.
But you mentioned Invincible, and Invincible is up here on my list. It's
Chef
top
Kiss.
5. I can't remember why I started watching it, but like there was such hype, like comparable to Attack on Titan season 1, and I felt like, okay, let me watch this. And episode 1, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit dry, but it was the world builder. So I was gonna drop it because of how overhyped I believed it was until I got the post-credit scene, the end of episode 1, and literally, I'm just like mouth open. I'm just like,
What has happened?
what is happening here? I thought they were all friends, fam. It's literally like the plot to Injustice, but R-rated. And this is something that I didn't notice until after when I watched people's analysis of it. But like, there's no music playing. Like, this isn't meant to be part of the show. Like, this is Omni-Man gone off script, who I believed was called Invincible and should be called Invincible, but that's another episode. But yeah, Omni-Man just killing all of the other heroes.
Well, spoiler alert.
To like no soundtrack at all, no fanfare, no dark tones. It made it even colder.
Just a squelch of dying bodies.
Yeah, and that made me like, that was it. Like season 1, I'm watching all of you. I don't even care if the quality drops. It didn't, but even if the quality dropped, I'm here for season 1 because of that. You sold me a ticket, and I want to see the new show. Like, why did he do that? I love that show. I can't wait for season 2. Like, it is one of the best modern era forms of animated content.
Yeah, I strongly agree. And season 2 and 3 have been confirmed, I believe. So hopefully you won't have too long to wait. Hopefully.
Of course. Like, they'd be mad not to. Mad. Other stuff that I've enjoyed, this is a different tone. Hell's Kitchen, because Gordon Ramsay is amazing, and because he's British, I love it because we've got that same sarcasm, that same, we like to
dry wit.
Dry wit. That is the perfect term. Thank you. And the culture clash with Americans is just hilarious to see. Because Americans are very professional and like they've got their candy cookie cutter versions of themselves up there, and you got this guy going, "Listen here, you fucking fat shit. Cook it right. It's a fucking risotto."
Why is it always the risotto?
Why is it the risotto? It's raw.
Have you seen that meme? And it's like, the freshest thing in here is that fucking pigeon. And then someone's like cropped it. And
a pigeon, like a North Face jacket. It is arguably the best competition show of all time, and people have speculated, oh, is it a fix? Is it a fix? It's like been audited and it's just 100% legitimate. He is nicer like off camera, but that's fine. Like, the fact that it's a legitimate contest is very appealing and attractive to me. So I've watching it season by season, and watching the production values go up every season has been enjoyable as well. But you can't beat the first season opening because it's so shit, and I love it. It's like 70s porn music and like really bad green screen magic, because they put up 2 contestants at a time, and it's just Gordon looking at each of them and just shaking his head. It's so bad.
I gotta watch this.
It's the best opening. Yeah, and I've seen some of the moments I have made, that have gone viral. So the guy who squares up to Gordon, I've seen that bit play out. And like, even with context, the man's even stupider.
Oh, no.
He looks even worse. Because unprovoked, he's trying to punch Gordon. It's really bizarre.
I was rooting for him as well, because I only stand up to Gordon.
He's in the wrong, bro. He's definitely in the wrong.
Fair enough.
I haven't seen the idiot sandwich bit, but the moment where someone goes, "Oh, I also teach manners," that I've seen that bit, and she's also in the wrong. So it's a bit mad.
Gordon's getting away with all this. No one's gonna stop him.
I got a one, innit? In terms of things that many people might not know, Star Trek Lower Decks has been a classic or a favorite of mine, I should say. I've never really been a fan of Star Trek, and I guess I like Star Wars more than it by default, but I've never really been big on Star Wars either. But this was really enjoyable. This was a different take on Star Trek, and it's these two low-level mischievous. Well, one of them is mischievous, and the other one's like by the book, and it is that age-old storytelling technique of how can they coexist, how they work together, and I've really enjoyed their exploits. I love that they've got representation. She's a black woman, and she's smart, and she's sassy, and she's basically the daughter of the person who's in charge. So she's like, she's gonna get away with everything, but she's trying to get kicked out for some reason. So watching the dynamics of all the different relationships are really entertaining. And the guy who is basically partnered up with the main girl is like a suck up to the girl's mum as well. So that's a really nice touch. Really good. I can't wait for season 2. And the last thing I've got here is All or Nothing Tottenham Hotspur, because Jose Mourinho is box office. If talent translated to bants, Jose would be the best manager of all time. I follow his Instagram because he's just chaotic. He is just chaotic. One of his pictures was when you win, but your team didn't play well. So he's just forever crapping on his own team.
Wow. Why? I don't understand why they play for him.
Tough love. He's a good manager. He's been proven successful, and he is a star. Like as a manager, he's a star. So I'm gonna try and not take up too much time because football is a very different topic. So when Jose went to Spurs, he had just replaced Mauricio Pochettino, who was a very good manager, but not well known. He wasn't a great talker. So when Jose came in, the players were shocked at how much more press that the team got. So everyone wanted to talk to Jose because he's a big personality. And that's basically what the documentary covers. It covers his time from when he replaces Pochettino to the end of the season, and how he's just really, really rough with the players. Like he's just very honest, very blunt. I think one of the players goes, "Why aren't you playing me?" And he's just like, "Well, these players are better than you, so I mean, you've got to sort it out. You've got to sort it out." So the guy goes, the guy leaves the team, and yeah, like I think Frank Lampard's on TV, and then one of the players asks, "How's your relationship with Frank?" And then Jose says, "He's the best player I've ever managed." In front of players that he's currently managing.
That's so nice. I love that.
It's a backhanded compliment, bro.
They need to play better.
It's true. It's true. And recently, he's now the manager of Roma. His players got into a fight on the pitch, and he was just there smiling. There. He's a war criminal.
I think I need to start watching football, or at least just Mourinho's game.
Just follow Jose Mourinho. He is the ultimate shithouse. So that's mainly it for Amazon Prime for me. Also, X-Men Evolution. I was able to watch that through Amazon Prime, and I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, because Kirby Morrow passed away this year, I think, and it's always nice to watch someone, kind of after they pass, and like just appreciate how good they were. Kirby Morrow was also, yeah, he was Cyclops, yeah, and he was also Goku in the Ocean dub. So
serious Goku.
Yes, he was late Goku. He was Android Saga and Boo Saga.
Oh, okay, fair.
Really enjoyable, really good voice actor. And Scott McNeil was Wolverine, who is Ocean Dub's Piccolo, who's the original Piccolo. Very good selection of actors. And X-Men Evolution still has a very good story. The concept of X-Men is fantastic, and the fact that they haven't really gone into that as like a psychological or philosophical topic in the movies is criminal, and I hope they change that.
You say it's criminal, but like a lot of superhero movies are about the money now and the big flashy effects and whatnot, and I don't think they're going to go deep into backstories at the moment. Which you're right, it is criminal, but it's not what's selling. Like they can do a deep story that might appeal to us people who love the comics and a deep story, I guess. But some people just want their Fast and Furious films. So give us
Yeah,
explosions, lightning, destruction, boom, there you go. But I do agree, it's criminal. But I don't think we're
yeah,
gonna see it. And also, the market is very saturated with superhero films. I feel like it needs to
yeah.
be a decline and then a resurgence
It's Marvel's
or something
fault.
like that. Honestly, man, honestly, but I just don't see us getting something like that. Unfortunately, I think we're more likely to get it in something like The Boys or Invincible, like something like that. But
Yeah,
then again, that's its own separate world, so it won't be what we want fleshed out. But I mean, thankfully, these comics exist, so if we really want
yeah,
that, just go buy it, have a read, and genuinely, I think comics are the best way to experience like a deep story about a world like the X-Men, because 2 hours is not enough.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
not enough.
yeah.
Look at Justice League. Rest my case.
Damn it, man. What I will say is, I think Marvel have covered the philosophical slash psychological debate really well in Civil War,
Mhm.
where you had one side saying heroes should be allowed to use their powers freely, and then you have another side saying no, we should be under the authority of some sort of government or some sort of agency controlling our powers to protect people.
Mhm.
So both of them are right, but I don't think they can exist with each other in the same realm. So
Extremes,
that's
isn't it?
yeah, exactly. And that's just one example of what you could do, because essentially what X-Men is people who want mutants to live side by side with humans, normal people, and then you've got mutants who should be lauded, or should be free to be mutants and be them, live their best lives. And that's basically the Xavier versus Magneto argument. And
Mhm.
I side with Magneto. But like, I think you could cover that in series. I think you can cover that in movies. I do agree with you. The superhero movie market is saturated. I mean, it's a bit mad, but like, we're here now. You might as well take advantage of it while
Yeah, I guess so. It is probably a chance it'll do the best. Like your sales might dip a little bit, but it'll be out there, and maybe the
Yeah.
sequel will be better. And I
And I
mean,
think,
yeah,
yeah, really quickly, I think people will pay for what they deem is worth their money. So if
yeah.
an X-Men film is presented really well, I think it will still do numbers.
Mm. Oh, the X-Men films really annoy me because when as a kid, the original trilogy I absolutely loved because there was nothing else, and it was like, yes, X-Men on the big screen. But all the X-Men films that have come out recently have just felt subpar, like solid sixes out of 10,
Yeah,
nothing better, and it's
yeah,
been really frustrating. Uh, but yeah, hopefully, we actually get like a good X-Men film because there's just so much content out there. And earlier you said that you agree with Magneto. I 90% agree with Magneto. I feel like he can be too extreme sometimes, but I do agree with his underlying thing of, so I'm not sure if he coined Genosha or if it was a group effort, but a land where mutants can just do what they want. Yeah, I agree. Like this whole living together equally thing doesn't really work because the world of humans isn't a world built for the good of mutants. um
mm,
because if you don't fit the regular look, then you are just immediately shunned. So all of the, I guess, body type mutants that have some sort of like change, they're at a disadvantage. And then all of the mutants who are super powerful, like you've got your Xaviers, you've got your Jean Greys, you've got your Emma Frost to an extent, and what's her face?
Jean Grey,
No, with the red stuff, and she loves Vision.
Wonder.
Wanda, that's it, and because she does all of that stuff in the movies, and anyways, um, like someone finds out that you're that strong, instantly people are now like afraid of you and they'll shy away from you. And even though they might not like shun you physically, you can still like feel that in your heart, and it's not a good environment for mutants. So as powerful as they are, we're still very social creatures, and to not just not fitting in is such a detriment. I feel like, let the mutants have their own place, their own piece of land, their own happiness. Go from there. Look at Wakanda. Amazing, lovely place. They're opening it to the world now. Look what's happened. Look, Avenger. It's not even your film. It's not even Black Panther, and you're getting shit. Come on, man, get out.